Good morning. Thank you for coming. I think we'll have a full presentation on the status of the project. I would also like to introduce, before I open my presentation, a very important person. Kannayan, can you step forward? Mr. Kannayan, who is the Executive Director of Ozone, the number 2 man in Ozone, after Mr. Srinivasan Gopalan, who is the CEO. Kannayan and his team of Krishnamurthy and Vinod. Krishnamurthy is the project in charge at the site. He is the Vice President, General Manager of Projects. Kannayan is Executive Director, and Vinod. These three are the ones who are responsible for the delivery of the project from the Ozone site. And thank you, Kannayan and your team. I thought I would structure the presentation into 3 parts. One is, the first part I would say is, I want to tell you the current status of the project as we saw it. Our technical team saw it, and our estimate of the delivery date. Second is that I had organized a group of 10 people, I think of which 9 landed, 2 representatives from each block, and I had arranged a site visit yesterday for those 9 people. And if those representatives are present, I would like to hear from them independently what their views of the status of the project is. Part 2 would be, of the presentation would be, what is the, each block wise, what is the completion status, and when is it each block is going to be completed, when is the full service going to be provided to all of you. The third part is the services part, where we would tell you, once you move in, what kind of services that we will provide and how those will be structured. And I will also take you through what are all the initiatives on the services that we have already taken. I think this is always an overall slide that it's 318 units that are sold, plus 2 units which are reserved for us. One is the nurses' quarters, and one is the resident managers' quarters. Totally there are 320 flats, of which 318 are sold. This is interesting. I'm going to spend some time on this. Kannayan, I also want you to look at this. What I have done is, there are 14 activities that requires to be completed in order the project is to be delivered. For a layman, most of you may be engineers and may be understanding civil engineering much better than I do. But nonetheless, what I have done is, if the plumbing is done, toilet waterproofing is done, flooring is done, tiling is done, balcony railing is done, windows, doors, joinery is done, all internal wiring is completed, kitchen counter. These are the various first coat paint, second coat paint, primer, OBD, hardware. If you do all this, to a layman, you can take it that your flat is ready. What I have done is, in block 4, there are totally 72 flats, and of which, if you look at, plumbing is done for 72 flats, toilet waterproofing is done for 70 flats, like that. From one quick look at, block 4, to such of those customers in block 4, should give a lot of satisfaction that it's in an advanced stage of completion. If you really look at it, all of them, excepting for the, sanitary and CP fittings and door handware, this is not much, because all the sanitary fittings are in, are at site. You just need to fix it. I would say block 4 is in a very comfortable state of completion, as I understand. Come to block 1. Block 1 is, I would say that about 70-75%. If you really look at, plumbing is in another 24, toilet is 54, if you can see. But we are really dropping on painting when it comes to that. Whereas in painting, your block 4 is way ahead. Come to block 3A and 3B, pretty miserable. Block 2 is not too bad, in my opinion. It is only joinery and painting. Now, I am having an overall view of the project. I am not looking at individual flats. Now, what I perceive from this statement, and I have reviewed it with Sendil, who is my technical man, and whom I have a lot of regard, but he had been in this field for a very long time. Sendil's opinion is, sir, I am not worried about block 1, 2 and 4. I think it will get done. Block 3 and 3B is what bothers us. Kannayan, I'm saying this all in front of you because you must know what our views are. If I are wrong, please interrupt me and give your views. I think block 3A and 3B is really what is giving me heartaches. Block 4 I would take as completed. If we push, I think it's done. Block 1, I think it just requires a little more push. I think it will get done. Block 2, I think if we concentrate on electrical, plumbing, painting and joinery, it will get done. Therefore, in my estimate, if you really look at it, if you look at the last column of the total number of flats, 320 because 2 flats are ours, plumbing, you say 170, that's a little misleading because that entire 170 is in 3A and 3B. I mean, bulk of what not done is in 3A and 3B. This should give you an idea that it is not that all blocks are 70% complete. The unfortunate part of it, or the fortunate part of it, depending on which block you belong to, block 1 is probably 95% complete. Sorry, block 4 is probably 90% complete. Block 1 is probably 85% complete. Block 2 is probably 75% complete. And these are very broad numbers. But the killer is block 3 and block 3B is only 40% complete. I am saying to Kannayan in front of everybody, with all humility, I think the problem seems to be electrical, plumbing, painting and joinery. Everywhere I find that. Because masonry work, I am sure you will catch up. Because you have the huge advantage, Kannayan, today. By multiple gangs can work on multiple blocks. Fortunately, what we are stuck is not sequential activity. This delay, I can catch up with more gangs. By more painting contractors, more plumbing contractors, more electrical contractors and more carpenters, it is possible to expedite work on 3A and 3B. That is why I had asked Kannayan to come here and listen to this. I'll tell you what has been happening between us and Zozone later. Is this chart clear? And here I want to pause for a moment. I want to ask, who was the representative who went for block 4? Do you agree with this, sir? Because this is what we saw. By and large, this is okay. Exactly. Come to block 1. Who was the representative who went on block 1, sir? Mahesh. Okay, he has not come. We'll park it if he comes later. I'll go to block 2. Who went to block 2? Block 2. Then why don't you share your views?
Because we visited only our apartment.
No.
You would have had an overall view. No?
I went through the first floor where the kitchen and the dining facilities are there. I saw a lot of work is completed there, and we walked on the staircase up to the 7th floor, and we saw most of the flooring completed of the apartments, and some of the bathrooms I saw tiling is started or initiated, and rest of the things like plumbing and electrical work, the conduits are all done, but there is a lot to be done to be completed. And as you said, joinery and all is not touched.
Exactly. Then come to block 3A. What is your view, sir?
So my opinion, 3A, I think it will take another 7 to 8 months.
Okay.
That's what.
Fair enough. I'm going to address all these issues, but I want this to be a very clear understanding of people who have seen it. Okay. Who has seen it in block 3B?
Good morning to all of you. Now third B comes. Third B is one shade less than third A. It is, I would say, if it is third A is up, if 40% completed, third B is 20% completed. So to that extent, we are one step ahead of them. As far as 3B is concerned, we are so far 20% completed, and I hope and pray that the more manpower will be deployed and it will be completed as per Mr. Viswanathan's wish. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think what you said is very correct.
I would request that since Mr. Kannayan is here, if he can tell us that, that this, of course, all of you are just waiting for the flats, at least by end of this session time it will get completed. It will make us more comfortable.
Most certainly, Kannayan is here not as a part of furniture and fixtures. He is an active participant. I just thought that I would set the tone of the meeting before Kannayan responds. I'm just going to take 2 more minutes and then Kannayan is going to say what the Ozone's plans are. I'm just going to say a few things because I am the one who directly interact with Srinivasan Gopalan, who with Kannayan's permission will call Kannayan's boss. Okay. Now, what I wanted to first present to you, not a defense of Ozone, it's not a defense of Serene, it's not a defense of anybody, in all humility. What I was trying to point out was the status at the site is very different for different blocks. That's the first point I wanted all of you to understand. Block 4 is almost complete. Block 1, I am saying with push will get completed well within the time that was committed earlier. Block 2, only electrical, plumbing and joinery is a problem. If that is attended, block 2 will also get done. The problem I am saying is in 3A and 3B. That is where I want Kannayan to share his thoughts as to how he is going to plan, how he plans to catch up on the blocks which are way behind, and how he is going to ensure that where it is almost nearing completion, he doesn't permit any slip-ups further. You understand? So that is, I thought I would bring the meeting up to this stage and then hand it over to Mr. Kannayan.
Good morning to all.
My customers are like a part of the family. You can be. You don't need to really feel very formal or anything.
No. They are also our customers.
Correct.
There is valid customers. First of all, I thank you very much for all of you to come here. And the second one is, yes, we listen all your feedbacks and we are a little bit delay in the project. We agree on that. And first of all, my apology for that. The second one is that what we are given a commitment of August. Yes, August is the final date, but 1 more month only we are going to, because they are talking 7 months, 8 months. No, it is never going to be. And as Mr. PV was saying about the electrical, plumbing, joinery, we have already taken action for that to bring the more labor. In fact, we have given, instead of 1 contractor doing the plumbing, we have added another 2 contractors. Say 3 contractors are coming, so that in all the places, especially 3A and 3B, we can concentrate more where we are lagging. There we are putting the people. Secondly, regarding when we talk about project, we are not talking about only the labor. We are talking about as far as the materials also concerned. So first of all, when I have a material at the site, I have a confidence that I will deliver it what date I am going to give. So because the delivery of the material is the most important, according to me, we have already got all the material at site. All the material at site, as Mr. P correctly said, only to increase the labor, which we have already taken action of going with number of contractors most and meeting that deadline of August. Instead of that, maybe 1 month can be delayed. Regarding all these things has been happened now, and we have some issues with the contractors and all, which I don't want to tell here. If I tell that one, it is my problem. I should not talk about you to that. But we have sorted out that problem. What extent we have got, I can talk to you individually so that you people can understand what we have done on that area. But now that is all solved. Definitely we are going to give a confidence as well as the flats also by September. Definitely we are going to give. For that reason, we have already made all the arrangements with the peoples and contractors, and management is also, Srinivasan is also, even though he is not here, he has already been interacting with me. He is out of India, but he is interacting with me, and he is also telling that we are going to complete it by September at any cost. It is a word for that. We are going to give that one. Exactly. So the lift also, all the material has come. I believe Senthil was with us yesterday. We have gone through, because I am not telling whatever I am telling just for the sake of things. From your side, as a representative of Mr. Sendil is the Director of Technical from Serene, he also with us. We have already shown them because see, what are the materials for the lift, everything has come. We have a problem with the OTs because the OTs company is having some labor. If you want, you can check with them. Some labor issues with them, but that is also sorted out. But by July, we can able to give, by July end, we can able to run the service lifts. So the people can use it, the lifts for the fit out or whatever they are going to do it in a different blocks. Because by July, we can very well complete the block 4 and block 2 also. So that, your lifts will be ready for using it for fit out, going and coming and all everything. So, yeah.
Parallelly, all of them by end July, or are you going to take an sequence?
No, all of them on July, parallelly. So, yeah, service lifts. So, yeah.
That means no interior work can start until end of July.
Where you need a use of lift, yes.
Where you need it, yeah.
Second floor if you can.
You can, yeah. First floor, second floor.
Earlier we were told that around May or so we would be able to do it, and you take at least for 2 blocks where you've made progress,
Yeah.
you would finish those lifts,
Yeah.
so that people could start those interiors while you go ahead with the rest.
Yes.
Now, are you saying that you're going to delay and do all together? Or can you at least...
Yeah, one lift in all the blocks only I'm talking.
But is it in sequence or the point is, earlier it was, if you say block 4 is almost ready, block 1 will be ready.
Yeah.
Can you get those lifts done first?
Yeah, we can give the priority. That priority I can give and then share it with you, no problem. Sure, I understand your point. So we are actively seeing that all the blocks should be ready by July. That is what my thing. But if you want it, I can give a priority for that. Yeah, I can. No.
Can I come in? I think, Kanayan, this is a very small point.
Yeah,
I think we can concede straight away.
Yeah.
Okay, let me articulate it my way. Lifts for block 4 will be erected first. Lift for block 2 will be erected next. Lift for block 1 will be erected third. Lift for block 3A will be fourth. Lift for block 3B will be final.
I wanted to raise the same issue. You are talking about issues with contractor and hurrying up and things like that. I hope that no compromise is on.
No, 100%, sir. No contract. 100% will not.
This is a must, and
Sure.
I mean, we already know that we have been put into trouble for delays.
Yes, sir.
We are accepting it. Every meeting we are coming,
Thank you very much,
before
sir,
coming only, we are knowing that 2 more months it will get shifted.
Okay.
But then,
No,
I
it's
hope
not.
the quality
It's
aspect is not messed up. Okay, thank you.
Definitely, sir. See, in fact, the quality, I just wanted to mention, we have a quality systems in place. Each and every portion, when the people are doing the next step, what we supposed to do. We have a proper quality manual. Based on that, we have a records also how the things are happening. Secondly, before I deliver the flat to you, our handing over, because we have a facility management department, before that project is having its own quality testing. When we are taking over from the project, who the facility management taking over from the project, they go first and do the snagging. They do the quality check. Complete quality check, including operational quality check. It's not only the cosmetic quality checks. I'm talking about operational quality checks. For example, flush working, how it is working. So many times we have to check. These checklists, we are having it. And for your information, we are going to make it in the, our software also we are going to involve so that it will be more transparent when we are handing over to the clients also. It is not that now I am having it in writing, but we are going to make it in online and the people can also see on the online. That is the way we are going for it.
The thing is, you mentioned about increasing the number of contractors for this one.
Plumbing.
Increasing the speed of work in block 3 and 3B. Now, the point that you mentioned about quality, you have your own internal quality control groups, or you have third party?
Own internal quality.
But do you have that much of force when you're increasing the number of contractors?
Yeah. We have that. That's not a problem.
Then it's good. Now, the second point is, the thing is, we get status report almost every month on the first week from Serene. Now, we have signed the contract with you, right? Directly, each one of us. Now, why don't you send every 15 days the status report instead of Serene doing it?
I think.
No, there may be an agreement between the two
Exactly.
of you.
See, going forward, Mr. Sarachandran,
Yeah.
going forward, I have no problem implementing it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately or fortunately, the way you look at it, the marketing agreement that we entered into between Serene and Urbana, Ozone, cast the obligation on Serene to set the monthly
No,
price.
what I'm
That's
saying-
about it.
Yeah.
Actually, the Serene monthly report that we send you is nothing but a copy paste of what Ozone sends us. It doesn't matter to me whether they send it to you directly.
No.
Legally,
I want that to be signed by them.
see, unfortunately, or
See,
the
these are-
way
these
the
become legal
contract was
documents.
structured,
Yeah.
it was the obligation of Serene to send it.
Yeah.
Therefore, Ozone send it to us and we sign it and send it to you. I think it's a good suggestion. Going forward in franchisee projects,
Yeah.
I don't see any reason as to why the report cannot go directly from the developer.
No, I am not saying the report need have to come to us directly, but the report must be forwarded by you, which is signed by them. They will become directly responsible to the customers. That's the that's the
only point I want to
Yes,
assure you
yes.
is that we have a signed report from Ozone
Okay.
to us.
Yeah.
Ozone sends one report to Serene. Serene sends 318 reports of the same report signed by Serene to 318 customers.
Okay.
That's about it. There is only one thing that we do. When we receive the report from the Ozone progress report, I get a cross confirmation from Sendil's department
That's fine.
that this is correct.
Yeah.
That we do. I will do that. No problems. Okay. No issues.
Now, the next issue, thing is,
When you put the mail, I want to make sure that the safety test is done.
Sir, we have a, see, I'll tell you for the lift.
There is a lift license that is to be obtained. So they would obtain it at the time of...
Yeah, at the time, and apart from statutory approval of license, how we are going to take over from OTs itself, we are having a third-party consultant. They are expert in the lifts. So I get the third party side, because we are not expert in the lift. No one will be expert in all the area. So we already appointed a third party consultant, where he comes and he goes through all the snacks. He is going to see the reports, everything. Once he is signed only, we are going to take over. This is our thing, and if you want, I am very transparent, I can give it to you also. For example, Aqua we have done the same way. I am having it all the Aqua one also the same way. So this is the way I am taking over the lift from the OTs. Otherwise, I am not accepting it.
see, you also mentioned, sir, with respect to block 4 and block 1 is an advanced stage, which is about 75% above, whereas block 3A and 3B is far below, is 20%. Now, I am sure in the earlier meetings that I attended, you have given me an impression to all of us that moving in or starting of services will be for all the people at the same time, not block wise. Am I right? The reason is why I would like to impress upon this is, if some of my friends are living in a similar facility in Hyderabad, they're called Pranam, which I have mentioned to you in the first meeting. It so happened block A people moved in first, block B moved in after about 1.5 to 2 years, block 3 moved in after another 1.5 years. Now, among them, 2 different associations have come up, mainly because of the differences, what they enjoyed in the beginning, which was curtailed, or the prices have gone up, etc. I think in the case of Serene, though those flats may be ready, but moving in will be at the same time. Am I right?
Okay, I have not made up my mind on that. I have no intentions of delivering the project in phases at the moment, because I am confident of delivering it in September full. That's my stand. But in an extraordinary situation, if I come across an extraordinary case, I will have to consider it on a case-by-case basis. After him.
We did visit 3B. We went up to the first floor because she couldn't walk up to the 4th floor, where you say that's okay. I'm still confident, like you say, it may be ready by August, September. But the slight confusion is which year?
See, yes, there is a delay of 1 year. First, we delivered Adinath in 6 months delay only.
6 months. 2 years is worse than?
Idigarai.
That's what I'm, Idigarai.
Idigarai was delayed by 1.5 years. Adinath was delayed by 6 months. Indus Valley is being delivered on time. In spite of our best efforts, we do things right sometimes. So you can't broad brushes by saying every project of ours is delayed.
No,
by
I'm
sheer
not saying-
law of averages, we deliver some projects in time.
Excuse me.
Actually, even when purchasing the flat, we had asked for certain changes pointing out to certain defects. But at that time, the only answer we got was that ozone does not agree to this, ozone does not agree to that, ozone does not agree to anything. That was the only question. Now I want to ask you about block 3A and 3B. For block 3A and 3B, you have listed 14 activities which have to be started and completed before you can hand over the flat. Can you only for block 3A and 3B, which are major laggards, can you give us floor-wise the date on which each of these activity will be started in the flat and on the date on which the activity will be completed in the last flat on that floor? So that on that date, we can check up with the Serene people at the site, ensure for ourselves that that work has started and that work has finished, and we are sure that you are stuck to your dates.
See, actually, I don't mind to share the dates for 3A and 3B floor-wise. But the problem is the execution is not like we are only doing for floor-wise. See, for example, electrical contractor, plumbing contractor, everybody is doing for all the floors together.
And other thing is, at this stage, we are retired people. We have to plan the sale of our existing house. And selling our existing house takes 3 months, 6 months minimum. And then what happens? Suppose you tell me I'm giving you in September and you do not give me the house till December. What do I do for 3 months? So basically at this stage, accuracy of information is required. So if you are really going to finish the house in December, please tell I will give in December. Don't tell I will give in September, then tell us in October you will give in November, and then tell us in December you will give in February. Please go through your team, go through whatever is existing, give us an exact date.
Well, gentlemen, friends, my name is Chabda. I come from Delhi. In the month of January, my problem is directly with Mr. Viswanathan. In the month of January, I wrote them a mail that I have to take a crucial decision of disposing of my property in Delhi and come to Bangalore. Kindly get me a date, maybe 10 days this way or that way, but tentative date when project will be completed. Within 6 minutes, I got the reply from Mr. Viswanathan's office that project will be ready by April. So I wrote them again a mail that can we be little precise, first week, second week, third week, fourth week of April when it will be ready. I got back a reply within 6 minutes that all services will be in operation by April end and it will be in livable condition. Now when I come here, there is nothing here at site, and unluckily my flat is in 3B, which is being said only 20%.
Okay.
Which is being said only
Mr.
20%. Now I am rented house in Bangalore. I am paying 30,000 rupees a month for that house and living there. And now if they don't give me my December even, so I'll not be able to renew my rental agreement by 2 months or 3 months. That's my problem. Now he has put me literally on the road. By reply,
Sir,
by April end, everything will be in operation.
Mr. Chawla?
Well, tell me what you want.
No, Mr. Chawla, can I respond to you?
Yes, sir.
If you're finished, I would respond. Yeah, I can understand the irritation, anger, frustration and all that. But when I told you that the project will be ready in April, I had a video commitment of the Ozone MD saying that it will be ready in March. We were not shooting dates from our mouth. Let's not get personal about this. All that I am trying to say is there has been delays. We had been apologetic about it. If you have a problem of your rental and if you have a problem of inconvenience, that is something which I can sort it out to you. But if you tell me, keep asking me, why was it not delivered in April? I am telling you why it was not delivered in April. Can I explain to you that there were some internal problems and things like that?
Once you commit some date with somebody, you have to reorganize your resources and do it accordingly.
Mr. Chawla,
Your statement only shows that you are
I am
not
sorry.
responsible.
You are saying that you cannot fail in life. I am telling you as a person, I have failed many times in life. That's all. I am humble enough to accept it.
You fail.
That's all. You say you tell me a date, you must somehow finish it. How is it possible? It is not done. I am starting with all humility saying that we have failed.
What was the necessity of replying in 6 minutes?
I am saying in 6 minutes because we had already a commitment on table.
Well, that's your internal matter between us.
There is no point arguing.
Don't put us into trouble.
Okay, I am just... No, just go back. It's not that I have said in each flat, I have given you the total, and each flat, what is the state? I mean, each block, we have given it in a different format. What is the work in progress? Move. Because that main slide on which we spent substantial time, that's the slide I wanted to spend a time. This is the actual site pictures. For each of this, I have said, what is the status on concrete, brickwork, internal plastering, external plastering, plumbing works? This is nothing but a exposition or explosion of the slide that we spent time on. It says every floor, what is, again and again you will find that electrical, plumbing and joinery is where it will show either in progress or yet to start. Again and again you will find that appearing. Move on. Move. Of course, here there are more items where you will find yet to start. 3A and 3B. So you look at this. Electrical, tiling, internal plastering itself is in progress in 3A. Whereas in other blocks, internal plastering, external plastering, all the tiling, all completed. Move. Move. This is the block 4. Block 4 is happy block, so move. Move. These are some of the site photographs taken yesterday. Move. Sir, people wanted to talk about lifts and things like that. That's why I said, please wait till this structure comes. Okay. Now, as far as the infrastructure is concerned, STP, somebody mentioned about STP, somebody mentioned about water treatment plant, somebody mentioned about retaining wall, infra works, lift, transformer, DG. This is where I would appreciate Mr. Kannayan. If you really look at this on an overall basis, let's not look at the site level. At the site level, there is a delay. If you really look at it, lift, the material for all the 11 lifts are in the site. Now, to me, that is 60% of the battle in construction industry. Typically, installation takes 45 to 60 days. Typically, because they will install, they will test, they will get the license, they will have a third-party audit and things like that. I will start with lift because lift was mentioned. Lift can be erected, in my opinion, because all the 11 lifts material is in site and Sendil confirms it. The lift well is ready, the material is ready, all that you are waiting for is the Otis people to come. This is nothing but logistical coordination. Let's come to DG. The diesel generator. Diesel generator is one step behind lift. Order is placed, material is not received at the site. Once the material is received at the site, it's just a question of installation, and DG installation will not take more than 2 weeks. Order is already placed. Then comes to transformer. This is a little tricky because the drawing is approved. Once the drawing is approved, the material order is placed. What is the lead time for the...
It's a lead time is transformer is ready at the factory. They're supposed to deliver it to us. And we stopped it because that external area where the transformer substation is supposed to be ready, that will be ready. The civil work will be completed within a month time. As soon as that comes, transformer erection is nothing but 15 days to be completed on that. Apart from that, the transformer erection is one more step I just want, because we want to mention is only transformer is there. What about the power? See, for the power, we have already a power from a 11 kV substation. It is already available. The cable work is in progress to connect it to the transformer.
We've already been given approximate dates for the power supply. Could you very quickly go down that and give approximate completion dates for these 5-6 items?
For the lift, we said already the July, and WTP, okay, STP is on September. Next one is the WTP is also in September. Yeah. So then the retaining wall, which is it's already in progress. By August we will be, see, retaining wall, you are talking about all infra work, retaining wall, about the road work and everything will be completed by August. That will be completed. Lift is already told. The transformer is also in July and DG is also in July.
So we would like to certainly know on the waterfront how confident we can be relying on you, taking care of all the facilities you have given to us.
I will give the complete water management, how we have been planned and what is the tank capacity, what is the how many yield is coming per day, how many liters. Right now we are using the water, madam. So we have the detail also. So we will send it to you according to that. What is water management things, I will circulate to all of them through our PV.
See, this is what, this is how the service infrastructure you would have.
We are going to have the HDFC ATM bank, and they are also having a branch also, small branch also they are planning to put it, small branch. And also we will be providing a departmental store of around 1,500 square feet, and our construction is going on, you can very well see that. And then plus we are going to have a medical shop also, medical pharmacy. Yeah.